patients and caregivers. We want people to have
a heart that is strong for a life rich and long.
We're putting our heart into finding a cure. Learn more at phassociation.org. That's phassociation.org.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
When I grow up, I want to be a glass countertop in a new home.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's best birthday present.
When I grow up, I want to be a football stadium.
When I grow up, I want to be a warm fleece on a cold day.
When I grow up, I want to be a fancy backsplash.
I want to be a bike that races around the country.
When I grow up, I want to be a bench on a forest trail. I want to be a rocking chair on a sunny porch.
I want to be a skyscraper.
I want to be
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. A public service advertisement brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
I believe in you. Just 4 simple words, but to a child in need, they mean the world. I believe in you means you have potential. You are special. You matter. When you become a child sponsor with Save the Children, you're saying, I believe in you. You are smart. You're capable. You will overcome obstacles that most can't imagine. Your sponsorship says to a child, I believe that you deserve a successful start to life and a solid foundation to build upon. I believe you're worthy of good nutrition, quality healthcare, and the opportunity that education unlocks. Becoming a Save the Children sponsor sends a powerful message of support. It says, I am here for you, to lift you up, to cheer you on, and to celebrate your success. Because when you believe in a child, you empower them to believe in themselves. I believe in you. Just 4 simple words that can bring hope, that can change a life. Visit sponsor.savethechildren.org today and tell a child in need, I believe in you.
Alcoholics Anonymous. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There is a solution. You can find us at aa.org.
WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. It's Barry, Sable, and Friends on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
You know what's the trap though?
Well, good morning. You have tuned in to the Barry Sable Show with Friends. Grateful to you for joining us this Sunday morning. And yes, we are streaming live on YouTube. Not a bad place to view 3 handsome guys in studio with me, Pac-Man, here always looking spiffy. Good morning, Pac-Man.
Good morning, Uncle Barry. And boy, am I pumped up. I have my Jersey shirt on today. We are ready to go. We are talking Jersey.
Yes, sir. In addition, our very special guest live in studio had a very busy week. So I get a call from Pac-Man on Monday. Okay, enough of the Eagles. We're ready to rock and roll for our show. Thank you. Did you hear President Trump just endorsed Jack Ciattarelli for governor of New Jersey in the Republican primary coming up? Long announcement. I'm working, Pac-Man. Give me the highlights. A true MAGA guy will work closely with me to cut taxes and regulations, stop migrant crime, advance energy costs, will stand up tall against the Democrats, will help grow our economy, stand erect to aiding the securing of our southern border, stop migrant crime crisis, protect our military vets, just to mention a few. Pac-Man, that's great. Then I get another call from Pac-Man. Jack was just on the Sid Rosenberg show. Sounded like 2 Italians conversing. Pac-Man, that is super. Then I get another call. Jack was just on the Rich Zioli show. And all along, Pac-Man is sending me these clips to listen to. Then again, another call a day later. Jack was just on the Joe Piscopo radio show. Another clip to listen to. Great stuff, Pac-Man. You personally have worked exceptionally hard to endorse our in-studio guest week in and week out. Proud of you. Jack, what a week. Could not have been any better. So, what did all of these shows have in common? Most of all, your interview's last name ended in a vowel. Besides yours, Chitterelli, and Paccaraduni. So after deep thought, I decided I wanted to be part of this winning fraternity. My mama didn't raise a dummy, so as of now, I am rescinding my Judaism and converting live on the air to Jack time. I want all of the Delaware Valley to hear I now want to be known as Uncle Barry Baldini. Baldini. Jack Chitterelli, your thoughts.
Chitterelli, Baldini, and Paccaraduni.
It's
Sounds like a Philadelphia law firm to me. Hey, listen, there's no place else I'd rather be at 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning than right here in 1210 WPHT with Uncle Barry and my good friend Steve Paccaraduni. Guys, thanks for having me.
Of course. We want to set the stage. This morning, we wanted to find out what kind of humor Jack Chitterelli has, and we found out. We created a sign that he must wear an Eagles hat, even though it sounds like to me he's a Packers fan. He is wearing an Eagles hat. If you are not looking at us YouTube, it's kind of a joke. We're having a great time. So, Jack, I want to take you in this next hour to recognize what the people of New Jersey are thinking, that this is a great place to live, a wonderful state, much like Florida, North Carolina, or Texas. So I guess my question starts is, my first statement is, we have great beaches here. We have a casino town. We have great golf courses, wonderful fishing. What is it going to take for you to put us on the map similar to those states?
A win this November.
There you go.
We're to send a loud and clear message to the nation that New Jersey wants change after 25 years of Trenton Democratic rule of the legislature and 8 years of failed Phil Murphy policies. And make no mistake, it has been a failure across the board, economically, educationally, the infrastructure, housing. Across the board, it's been a failure.
Yeah. Well, here's the story. To me, this is a wonderful place to raise your family, create a business, develop a lifestyle to be proud of. So my first question is, what do we have to do to create national parks in the state of New Jersey? Because we don't have any. And incidentally, we don't have a state song. Maryland doesn't have a state song either. All the other states does. Jack Chitterelli, besides taxes, besides inflation, besides migration, I want to know, how are we going to make New Jersey better? And I know you have the answer, sir.
The first thing we need is a Jersey guy. We have not been getting Jersey guys. Chitterellis have been in New Jersey for 100 years. We've all been self-employed, all owned our own businesses, all created jobs, and all achieved our American dream right here in New Jersey. But, you touched upon something. People will live where they can achieve their American dream.
Yep.
And people, past generations, like my grandparents and my parents, and even my generation, felt confident New Jersey was a place that you could live, work, start a business, get a great education, retire. People don't feel that way today about New Jersey. They're insecure about those things, if not anxious, if not fearful about those things. That's what my candidacy and my governorship's all about.
There you go. Paccaraduni, weigh in.
First off, Uncle Baldini. Only you wouldn't tell me what you were going to do this morning. He said, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you.
No.
Because you turned something, this is serious, and Jack is a serious guy. I'm a serious guy. But you did exactly what you needed to do. You calmed us down. Jack hit it right on the head. We need a Jersey guy. We got a Jersey guy. So I got to give a disclaimer.
Already, the hat's off.
Hat's off. I already have to get you all. He would lose his Green Bay Packer card.
But you mentioned something to me that was really smart this week about Florida and here back and forth. Why don't you tell Jack what your thoughts were on that? Because I thought that was really a smart comment, Pack.
It was, and I'm going to get to you in 1 second because I have to give a disclaimer because our listeners need to know I am the Washington Township Republican Organization chairman. I have endorsed Jack Chitterelli for governor. I was the first municipal chairman to do that. We have been friends for a long time. We've supported each other's campaign.
Yes.
And I want to give our listeners that disclaimer. But today, I am a New Jersey resident, and I'm wondering why I should be voting for you. So
There you
everything
go.
I'm directing from that is going to be from that perspective. I just had to get that out.
Yep.
I did make a point to Uncle Baldini,
Yes.
better known as Barry Sable, earlier.
Yes.
I remember when people would maintain permanent residence here in New Jersey and have a Florida home or a Florida rental. And I was about 20 years ago. In the last 2 decades, it's reversed. It's reversed. And now people have permanent residence in Florida, and it's come up to us in the summer state. I know there's a whole lot you have to talk about to get that, but first, right off the top of your head, how would you address that issue? How do we get these people back into New Jersey?
We're never going to be able to legislate the climate. So Florida's going to have us beat there 12 months out of the year. But let me say this. If we do something that Pennsylvania does, which is make all retirement income tax free, and that's a central plank in my platform. Barry, if you make all retirement income tax free, guess what's going to happen? People won't play the 6-month and a day game. Maybe they only go to Florida for 3 months. That means if they come back to New Jersey for 9 months instead of 6, we get 3 more months of purchasing power out of those people for our state economy.
I like
Do you
that.
know how many people that we lose 6 months of purchasing power for?
Oh, I agree.
Make all retirement income tax-free. Freeze property taxes once people hit age 70. Those are 2 things that we could do right out of the bat. They're central planks in my platform. They're fiscally responsible. They don't bust the budget, but they would change the perception of New Jersey overnight in terms of it being a better place to retire.
Well, you mentioned 70. As you know, and I'm afraid to say, but it's the truth, I'm 73.
You'd never know it by looking at you, Barry.
Thank you, sir. I'm still pretty, I guess. But here's the point, Jack. The point is that I want you to know, as a Jerseyite, that I pay crazy real estate taxes. Number one. Number two, unfortunately, even though I know one of these days someone's going to knock on my door, or more than one, you belong to me, and I don't have any children, and the point is they're going to be mine. I just know it. Someone's coming for me. Having said that, most of my tax money goes to education. I've never had children. At 73, I'm still paying crazy real estate taxes. I feel I should be given some kind of break because I'm paying all these exorbitant taxes at this point. I know it's something most people don't think about. That's what happens when you come in to the Barry Sable Show with friends. Different thoughts, and that's why we have you here.
So first of all, it has been an American ideal since the time we signed the Declaration of Independence that we all contribute to public education because it's the most important investment in the future.
Yes.
Having said that, here's a couple of things that we can do. We talked about freezing property taxes once you hit age 70. Number 2, we need a new school funding formula in New Jersey. If there was a more equitable distribution of state aid to schools, we would lower property taxes significantly in our suburban communities like where we live, and I'm going to work like hell to achieve that because the current formula is nefarious, arbitrary, and I believe unconstitutional. Number 2, we're going to let you, under Governor Cettarelli, deduct 100% of your property taxes on your New Jersey income tax return.
I needed that this year, boy. I took a whopping hit, sir.
Right now, we cap that. We shouldn't cap that. Number 3, President Trump has shown an openness to reinstating the SALT deduction, state and local tax deduction on your federal tax return. We should be able to do that because we're one of the highest taxed states in the nation, and because, most importantly, we're a donor state.
New Jersey, when you go to vote, you just heard what Jack Cittarelli said. Go ahead, Pac-Man, weigh in.
They're great points, but if we don't get through this primary, we don't have a Governor Cittarelli.
Well, we're certainly not taking the primary for granted. We'll finish strong over the last 3 weeks here.
Yeah. So you're working. I know. Let me interrupt. I see you everywhere. Everywhere I go, Cittarelli, 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 Cittarelli. That's why I'm no longer a Jew. Go ahead.
So even though going into this, oh my God, he's killing me. Going into this primary, you're already 30 points ahead. But the endorsement of President Trump, that was huge. Just tell our listeners about that experience you had with that. I heard the story the other night, and I think everybody needs to hear that story.
So we've had a couple of conversations over the past couple of months. He said he was going to endorse me, and on Monday he called and said, Jack, I've been very, very busy. I said, Mr. President, you got more important things to do. He said, well, I'm ready to endorse. I said, Mr. President, I'm ready when you are. He said, well, I've got it all ready to go here. I just wanted to give you a call first. But he knows I support his agenda in terms of securing the border, making the country safe again. Under Joe Biden, when the border is that porous, we're all border states. So I support him 100% in making the country safe again, making our state safe again, making the country more prosperous again. I was especially appreciative of a couple of the things he did specific to New Jersey. He put a temporary halt on the wind farms. Yes. I'll make that permanent off our Jersey shore. Up north, he's beaten up on the New York Democrats over congestion pricing. We could talk a little bit more about that later. And we talked already about restoration of the SALT deduction. And he likes what I want to do in New Jersey, which runs a strong parallel to what it is he's trying to do for the nation. So with that, we said goodbye. And sure enough, so moments later, late Monday afternoon, the endorsement came out. I'm honored to have it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Barry, if I could just tell our listeners real quick, the primary election is to pick which candidate is the best to run against the other candidate's party in November. And I think a lot of people don't understand what the primary does. It's not about who you like or whatever. It's about who could beat the Democrats in November in New Jersey. So what I'm asking you is I've listened to 2 debates, and both those debates, besides Matt Rooney, was the only Republican on those panels. No one has asked you, why do you think you're the best candidate that could beat the Democrats in November? As a Republican voter, I want to know.
Number one, I bring a very special positive energy to the campaign. My opponents don't do that. Number two, let's be honest. You have to be able to raise money. In 2021, we raised more money than any Republican gubernatorial candidate in history. We've already crashed that record, and I've raised more money than the other 5 Republican candidates combined. The third thing you need is a candidate who has coattails. Now, you know how well we did in 21.
Oh, yeah.
It was our most successful night in 34 years. We flipped 8 seats in the state legislature. I'm shooting for 13, at least 13 this time around. And that includes districts 3 and 4, where I know you have a large listening audience this morning.
Yep.
We could flip at least 13 seats. What's the significance of 13 seats?
Tell me.
We get something we haven't had, Barry, in 2.5 decades. Republican majority in our state assembly. My agenda will be that much easier to accomplish if I've got a Republican majority in our state assembly. And I'm telling you, New Jersey is primed for this change.
Yeah, and you know something, Pac-Man? I know we all look at polls, but I'm not taking anything for granted. And I know you're not taking anything for granted, Jack. You are working morning, noon, and night. Everywhere I look, I see you at another event. He texts me that Chitterelli's over here, and he's over here, and he's North Jersey, he's South Jersey. He's everywhere. That's what, to me, puts together a winning team. You are going to functions. There's 25 people. There's 200 people. You are making an impression and meeting everybody in South Jersey. And more than that, you are listening like this show. And that's the theme of this show, is to listen to 2 guys that are residents of New Jersey, and you are listening and adhering to what they say. So when you are governor, and like in Hoosiers, you will make those 2 free throws. When you are governor, you have listened to what we need and want.
Barry, what you're saying right now means an awful lot to me, because one thing you'll often hear me say on the trail is that my first job as a candidate and as a governor is to listen. Anybody who stands up, pretends they have all the answers to all the challenges we face today is lying to you.
Right.
There's that many challenges. But leadership determines the best route forward, and I'm not afraid to exercise my executive privilege to get it done on behalf of New Jerseyans. But I want you to know I do not have a double. Again, it's my responsibility to be everywhere I can, and I want to spread the message, as we are this morning, that we can win in November and that New Jersey desperately needs this change.
Yes. Listen, I blew my first joke of not having kids I know of. Let me give it another shot, if you may. Now that I no longer have a rabbi, I'm now looking for a priest. Can I tell you? My psychologist has quit me. Here's the question I have. You're going to be wearing a lot of hats as governor. Am I correct? Yes.
Yes.
Of course you are. And therefore, I need personal advice. There are a lot of single guys out here that are questioning their world. Can you play this clip for me? Hopefully, I could get your opinion on the other side before we take a break. Go ahead, Kirk. Do we have this clip?
How to win your wife. Okay, how to be romantic to your wife. Dine her, call her, hug her, support her, hold her, surprise her, compliment her, smile at her, listen to her, laugh with her, cry with her, romance her, believe in her, cuddle with her, shop with her, give her jewelry, buy her flowers.
This is what we need to do, man.
Write love letters to her, go to the end of the earth and back for her again. Here's how to win your husband. Show up naked and bring food.
Yes, sir. I'll get your thoughts on the other side. You are listening to the Barry Sable Show with friends. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Jack Chitterelli is laughing. Thank the Lord.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law
Listen.
firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this important announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-384-7878. 800-384-7878. 800-384-7878.
Hey, it's Nick Cale here. You've heard me talk about the extensive crossover and SUV lineup available at Piazza Mazda. And right now, they are offering 1.9% financing on the capable CX-50, the 3-row CX-90, and the CX-70 plug-in hybrid. The sleek Mazda CX-5 and sporty CX-30 are available at 2.9%, all for 36 months. Shop with confidence at Piazza Mazda in Westchester or Reading, as current inventory is unaffected by new tariffs. Visit PiazzaMazda.com today.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Every year, almost 30,000 babies in America are born with birth injuries. It's every parent's worst nightmare. If your child suffered a birth injury, please call our firm to find out if we can help.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Pastor Brad Lacey here, First Baptist Church, Conshohocken. Join us Saturdays for the great message and be blessed. 5 a.m. right here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Success is picking up extra shifts for your family. Now you want to be the boss. Success is getting your foot in the door. Now you want to take the next step. Success looks different to everyone, and University of Maryland Global Campus can help you reach your goals. And there's never been a better time to get started on your future. Apply now and save with no application fee. As an accredited state university, UMGC has been transforming lives for over 75 years. With more than 135 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, online and hybrid courses, personalized support, financial resources, and lifetime career services, achieving your dreams is more possible than ever before. Choose the program that's right for your career goals and get started on your next success. No application fee if you apply by May 30th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Be sure to follow Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it now.
Wow, what a song that is, Jack, huh?
Do it.
Yeah.
Huey Lewis.
Yes, indeedy. You and me and us are back. The Barry Sable Show with friends. 1210 WPHT. Sitting in studio, what many think is going to be the next governor of New Jersey. Pac-Man, you're up to bat.
I am up to bat. One last thing on the primary because it's time to move forward. The most question I get all the time about you, Jack, when I'm out on the street, knocking doors, people coming in the headquarters, is in 2021, they're saying that you didn't fight for the position. And if I remember, I think there was a 10 or 11 day you took to concede and a bunch of other stuff. But I want our listeners to hear it directly from you of what you did after the 2021 election.
You know, Barry was talking earlier about how hard I work, and I do that because that's my job, and I don't know any other way. But anybody that works as hard as I do would never give something up if it had been taken from them inappropriately or illegally. I didn't concede for 11 days. We looked into every purported allegation of fraud. Are there 5,000 or 10,000 fraudulent votes out there when 3 million have been cast? You bet. There's no system is perfect.
No.
But at the same time, after we looked into it with a number of professionals from all around the country helping us with that analysis, it wasn't going to be overturned. I wasn't going to spend $250,000 of my own money or ask people to contribute to something that wasn't going to change the outcome. So what we did is we conceded, and we went right to work on winning this next election, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
Two thoughts. You know, President Trump, we had Roger Stone on our show, Jack, and he made a very interesting comment. And he said to me, Uncle Barry, you know, when Trump lost the election, the last election, when he lost that, I think he's much better suited today. He's had 4 years to reflect on what Washington is like, what it's going to take to put the pieces back together again. He has great people working for him. Maybe this is a godsend that it's really Jack time now. You've had time to reflect, not that you weren't ready then. I think you're more set and ready today than ever to take this state and do what needs to be done, Jack.
Hey, listen, one thing we've always learned from those of us that played competitive sports is you learn more from your losses than you do from your victories.
Yes.
And so, but I will tell you, this time around, the landscape is different, Barry. There's no pandemic.
Yep.
Not easy campaigning for governor when there's a shelter-in-place order. We're not going against an incumbent. To Phil Murphy's credit, he did leverage the power of incumbency. Number 3, the other side has 6 people going at it. It's a photo finish. I don't think they're going to kiss and make up when it's over. That's good for us.
Yeah.
But number 4, lot less indifference. Last time around, we just had too many people didn't think I could win. And afterwards, I can't tell you how many people came up to me and said, Jack, I thought you were just giving me the company line. I never knew you could win that thing. I said, what the hell you think it is I'm doing out here 8 days a week? So a lot less indifference. People now know because of the closeness of my race, we were the spark that lit the fuse, and Donald Trump's very close race last election day.
I watched the movie Seabiscuit like all of us have.
Great movie.
You remember? And you remember when he lost? He lost. Where was in California? You remember the racetrack? For God's sake, it escapes me. And she said to him, the owner said, "You stopped running. You stopped running the race." Jack Chittarelli, you ain't stopping running this race. You're going to be there at the finish line. Yeah. Even if you're out of breath, we'll get ready for the next campaign.
I think it was at Pimlico, and that's when they found out the jockey was blind in one eye.
That's right.
This jockey ain't blind in either eye.
That wasn't Pimlico, but I'll think about it. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead, Pat.
The straight guy's got to come back in here
my
again.
straight guy.
We were just talking about election integrity. Just the other day at a campaign stop, you put a video out there to clean up the New Jersey voter rolls. Could you say those words again? Because it was impactful.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 3 things that I'll do as governor is, number 1, if you haven't used your vote-by-mail ballot in 3 consecutive elections, a November general, a spring primary, and a November general, 3 in a row, we're going to send you a letter that says we're no longer sending you a vote-by-mail ballot. Those things are not inexpensive. They cost taxpayers $5 per. We've been mailing it to you. You're not using it. You can vote in person. But we're not going to send you a vote-by-mail ballot. Next thing we're not going to do is ever send a vote-by-mail ballot anywhere other than your New Jersey principal address. Sorry to the snowbirds, but we're not going to send ballots all around the country to college kids, not knowing if you dropped out, graduated, or transferred. The only people that should get one out of state are people like my Army captain son, who's over in Kuwait and voted last week, military personnel.
Of course.
But the third thing I'm going to fight like hell for is something that's 68% New Jerseyans support, and that is voter ID. We've seen that all around the country. You want to enhance voter integrity. You want to enhance voter confidence to engender greater participation. Voter ID is the way to go. Very, very reasonable approach.
Yes. All right, perfect. I got one follow-up, Barry, if I may.
Go ahead, sir.
Am I correct in saying the governor of New Jersey has control of New Jersey elections, and you can make these changes quickly without worrying about them pushback in the legislature?
Hey, listen, the New Jersey governorship is the most powerful in the nation by state constitution. That's a fact. And so I will leverage that executive power to make things better in New Jersey, for sure.
Excellent.
Listen, I want to circle back to something you just said. You know, about a month ago, as you know, Pac-Man, we had Cliff Maloney on our show. What a great interview. Matter of fact, I sat in for Steve DiOrio yesterday, and I woke him up 6 o'clock in the morning. Guy was in California and came on at 9 o'clock to talk to me about exactly what you're talking about. And as you know, I believe he helped push McCormick over the finish line with this knocking on doors. We had a great skit about that. We could tell you about that off the air later. But I believe that today things are a little different. And I think, like President Trump, he thinks out of the box on everything he does. And we could talk after the break, possibly on what he's doing overseas. I think going forward, I would like to see you as a new governor think out of the box for the state of New Jersey after you get elected. But we need to talk about getting elected. Are we going to do some of these things like a Cliff Maloney does, Jack?
Hey, listen, first of all, you've done some magnificent interviews on this show. Second of all, I'm going to tease Steve DiOrio. Hope he's not going to be Wally Pipp. You know what happened when Lou Gehrig replaced Wally Pipp? Okay, he didn't miss another game for 16 years.
I haven't heard from DiOrio since, I want you to know. He hasn't called me. He hasn't told me, great show. Nothing. Silent crickets.
Well, listen, Wally Pipp didn't say anything to Lou Gehrig either when he replaced him. So, hey, listen, but at the beginning of what you just said, you know, have things changed? Here's one thing that tells you that things have changed dramatically in people's mindsets and what it means in terms of votes. Do you know that 43 months in a row since I ran for governor, 43 months in a row, new Republican registrations have outpaced new Democratic registrations in New Jersey every single month.
Wow.
And today, the gap between the two parties is closer by 250,000 than it was when I ran for governor. Right. Now, when you think about the closeness of my race and how people's attitudes and mindset, Donald Trump improved by 11 points from 20 to 24 in New Jersey. He
Incredible.
won Passaic County.
Yep.
He won all the 5 southern counties that I flipped back in 21. We're right where we need to be, Barry.
Yes, and I agree with you. And you know what I always say on this show, Jack, is, and I'm sure you would agree to this to a certain extent, the fabric of America is changing. The landscape is changing. I mean, when you look at the numbers and see how many Latino people live in this country now, how many people from Russia, China, India, and everywhere else, this is just not America born. And I think a guy like yourself, who has a very interesting state, you have Newark, you have Atlantic City, you have South Jersey, North Jersey, Central Jersey, you have to accommodate to all kinds of people. And I know in your heart, you're sensitive like Trump is, and I know that's on your radar. Am I correct?
You are correct, but to your point, the reason why things are changing is because my opponents worry about pronouns. I worry about property taxes.
Yes.
They worry about supporting illegals and setting criminals free. I care about whether or not we support our local police to keep our communities safe. They worry about teaching things like gender ID and sexual orientation in our school system.
Yep.
I worry whether or not our kids have the skills to get a job after high school or in college.
Trade schools, tell me.
Trade schools. I'm huge on vocational training as a father of 4, one of which went into the trades and is very successful. I will tell you, our school system treated him like a second-class citizen because he didn't want to go to college.
Yeah, I was shocked, Jack. I went to an Audubon school board meeting, and I'm sitting there, and there were kids, K through 12. And I was astounded because there's a list of books 5 feet from me, and right in the front is talking about transgender and things of that nature. Jack, we have to really pull in the reins. It's not easy when you're sitting in that chair. You've got major decisions to make. The wokeness has to go. We have to go back. Let me just finish. Country, religion, the family unit, education. We need Jack Citarelli to take Jersey there.
The decisions are major, but that doesn't mean they're not easy in my mind.
Of course.
On day number 1, I call for the resignation of all those that sit on the State Board of Education that have made all these offensive changes to our public school curriculum and allowed us to get away from things like teaching critical life skills and providing vocational training opportunities with an age-appropriate curriculum. Another major decision, we're getting rid of Policy 5756 in New Jersey.
Thank you.
This notion of school districts keeping secrets from parents.
Jack. Tell us.
What the Attorney General said to school districts is if any kid comes to K through 12 school and shares something about their personhood, that is not to be shared necessarily with the parents.
Yes.
And this notion of keeping secrets from parents is immoral, it's wrong, it's indecent, and Barry, it's downright dangerous.
Yep. Pac-Man, go ahead.
Well, we're almost at the break.
No, we're not taking a break. I bought 15 minutes from Jack Citarelli. Break list. Go ahead.
Fantastic. I love it. Well, here comes the straight guy back in. New Jersey issues. Here's a disclaimer. After I give you some of these stats, you might want to rescind your candidacy because it shook me a bit.
Never.
No. So, affordability in New Jersey. Always the top portion. New Jersey is the highest tax state in the country. All 21 counties in New Jersey are in the top 50 most expensive counties to live in. We're higher than Orange County, New Jersey. I'm sorry, Orange County, California, which has some of the most wealthy people there. Our counties are higher taxed than they are there. It's a simple question that doesn't have a simple answer, but please tell our listeners and our New Jersey voters your plans to address the affordability problem in New Jersey.
That's a straight man, Jack, isn't he?
He is straight, I got to tell you. But there are 4 crises raging in New Jersey right now, and the affordability crisis is one of the 4. State government and our governor has a direct impact on the taxes and the utilities that make New Jersey so unaffordable. Let me give you a couple of examples that you guys are already aware of. Our top tax bracket for individuals for state taxes, income taxes, in New Jersey is 11%. In Pennsylvania, it's 3%. Our top business tax is 11.5%. In Pennsylvania, it's 5%.
Wow.
If Pennsylvania can do it, why can't we? We know that property taxes are lower in Pennsylvania. They do a better job of investing their educational dollars. We see what's happening with utilities now. Monthly electric bills are going through the roof. Why? Phil Murphy closed the coal-burning plant. He put a moratorium on natural gas, electricity production. He bet it all on wind. Wind has crashed and burned.
Yep.
We're starving for juice. Pennsylvania's Democratic governor is burning 7 coal-burning plants, burning natural gas like there's no tomorrow, and because of that, getting the data centers that are needed to support AI.
Yes.
That's economic development opportunity we're losing out on.
No question.
This all changes on day 1 of my administration.
Let me ask you a question because, as you know, we're South Jersey guys. Atlantic City has been a focal point for all of us. All the times that I go back and look at pictures, Steel Pier, the boardwalk was a glorious place to go visit. Atlantic City is schleppy. What can Jack Chitterelli do? I know it's an uphill battle because this has been going on for the last 50 years, the decline of Atlantic City. What can we do, Jack Chitterelli?
And it's a failure of leadership, Barry. Take a look at where Las Vegas and Atlantic City both were 50 years ago.
Yep.
And look at where Atlantic City is today with an ocean. And look what Las Vegas it is with a desert.
Yep.
We can do this. And so my gubernatorial platform is very, very aggressive in revitalizing Newark, Trenton, and Atlantic City.
Yep.
The suburbs we live in are beautiful, but suburbs are not the engines of economic growth.
No.
Thriving, vibrant cities are. So we're going to be very, very aggressive in wiping out blight with eminent domain via the state. And then we're going to bring development dollars in, and we're going in with dynamic mixed use, commercial, and we're going up with low, moderate market rate units to get people to live in places like Atlantic City again. I was before a recent business group in Atlantic City, and I said to them, do you know what the population of this state was, this city rather, 100 years ago, 1925? The population of Atlantic City was 52,000.
Wow.
You know what it is today?
Tell me.
37,000.
Wow.
What would 15,000 more people mean to the local economy in Atlantic City?
Of course.
You get people to live there with compelling housing, safe communities, good education. If that means charter schools and school choice, I'm all in. And recreational opportunities, they'll live there. Once they live there, it'll become vibrant again.
Yep. I guess my question to you is, and maybe most people haven't thought about this, and being in the real estate business I have, what are your thoughts? It's already a casino town. What are your thoughts in making Atlantic City now a college town, bringing 15 colleges into that area? They've tried everything else. Everything has failed. Now you would have casinos, a college town, vibrant, all restaurants, bars, whatever else may be. We need to do something for that city. I don't know enough about Trenton and Newark. I'll leave that all up to you, but I do know enough about Atlantic City.
Listen, you hear all about the ed and med approach, education and medical professions. So having a functioning hospital there, having a functioning university there to complement the casinos. But at the end of the day, we all know the most vibrant cities are even more diverse than that.
Yes.
And it still comes down to, if you get people to live there, you'll see that magical small business economy take off because of the entrepreneurship that complements the big businesses.
Right.
That's what makes a city vibrant. That's what we need to do.
Jack, you mentioned to me that you think the cities need work as opposed to the suburbs. Let's talk about that because, as I said, the fabric of America is changing. And I'm not so sure that we're changing in our inner cities. There's so many people that complain about crime. Where's tourism about coming into New Jersey? We're not talking about Pennsylvania. We're not talking about anywhere else. We're just talking about New Jersey for a minute. What can we do to create even tourism coming into our state? I think we need something different, Jack. I'm looking to you for the answers.
Listen, if you take a look at right now, Trenton, to your point, Trenton is arguably the worst conditioned state capital in the country.
Terrible.
Marriott didn't even sell the property. They just recently locked the front door and left. There's now not a functioning hotel in a city that was at the crossroads of the Revolutionary War.
Yep.
Where there's a river. There's a ballpark. There were the arts. There was a restaurant section. Remember Chamberville?
Yep.
I mean, right? The Italian section of Trenton, like, so we can get back to all that. And to another point you're just making, you know, people usually don't go out to the suburbs until they get to a different stage in life with their kids.
Right.
Where do young people want to be?
City.
Vibrant urban centers.
Yeah, I'm with
Look
you.
at Hoboken.
I'm with you.
Look at the waterfront in Jersey City, right? Look what's going on in Asbury Park. We're losing young people because we don't have vibrant places for them to want to do their thing.
That's the point. What's going to be different in New Jersey? Not the same old thing. Let me bring my
What's going to be different is the governor.
There you, oh, I agree with that. Let me bring my straight man back in to reel me back in. Go ahead, Pac-Man. I know you're chomping at the bit. You're not happy where I'm taking this conversation. I get it. Go ahead, Pac-Man.
I'm looking for clips for campaigning.
There
That's
you
just
go.
the way my brain works. So
then we better come up with another joke over there, Kurt.
He is a Republican chairman.
There you go.
So everything you guys are talking about is fantastic, but the biggest problem that I see in the cities, and the biggest thing that I see, my son Steven is listening. He's going to college now. He says, Dad, I can't afford to live in New Jersey, and also I don't feel safe in New Jersey. Safety. We all know your position on sanctuary states. No sanctuary cities, no sanctuary state on day one of your governorship. We've heard that 100 times. What other plans do you have to make New Jersey a state? And then I have a follow-up once you answer that one.
So first of all, the affordability issue. We do need affordable housing. We just need to be smart about where we're putting it. Putting it in our suburbs where there's no mass transit, no infrastructure, no jobs is silly, it's foolish, it's stupid, it's wrong. It belongs in our urban centers, which is where young people want to be anyway. And by the way, when you put seniors and veterans in urban centers too, there's a whole lot of other things to do. Putting them out in a former cow pasture in a suburb is not really a great quality of life.
Of course.
So let's put the affordable housing where it belongs. Second of all, the second part of your question for your son was how to make it safe.
Right.
I talked about, for example, making communities safe. I get to appoint the Attorney General. I appoint the 21 county prosecutors. They will be on the same page with me with supporting our local police, getting rid of cashless bail we do on day one. Cashless bail, reforming bail reform, we have to, because what we've done is created professional criminals. Talk to local police. Arrest, release, repeat is real. How demoralizing is it for a cop to arrest somebody in the morning, they're out by noon, and they commit the same crime next town over in the afternoon?
Well, Jack, you make my point of what I'm always thinking. I want to get rid of poverty. How do you get rid of poverty? Through education, school choice, giving people opportunities to go out and make a living through trade schools. Me personally, the only way that these cities are going to change is if we stop giving all these freebies, make people get out of bed and go to work. That's education, huh?
He'd be a great gubernatorial
I'm
candidate.
looking for a position in his cabinet. What the heck? WPHT might say goodbye to me one day. I'm going to need another free-paying job. Go ahead, Jack.
Barry, to your point, 80% of the K through 12 students in Newark, our largest city, are not on grade level for reading.
That's it.
What has Phil Murphy done in 8 years? Nothing. He promised educational justice. It's a promise made. It's a promise broken. This guy has only approved one charter school in 8 years. One. Doesn't believe in vouchers. And yet, under Chris Christie, we opened up 4 charter schools in Newark. Every time we did the lottery, the demand exceeded the supply. The community wants choice. But he won't give it to them because he's owned by special interests like the NJEA, Teachers Union Leadership. I'm not owned by anybody.
That takes me to the other day. You saw what happened with this ICE situation, the mayor of Newark. I mean, honest to God, Jack, where are we heading as a country? I mean, I have these clips in front of me that I was going to read to you as an example. U.S. judge charged for allegedly helping man evade immigration officials. This is this lady, as you know, in Wisconsin. Her name, so I make sure that I get it out so everybody hears it. Hannah Dugan. What a joke is this? Well, this is, to me, what Murphy is about. And I hate to be, because you know, I like to hit the ball down the middle of the fairway and be nonpartisan. How can you expect me, Pac-Man, my straight guy, to be a nonpartisan guy when you see this kind of nonsense taking place?
It's right versus wrong, and what you're saying that she did is wrong, and what that mayor did at that detention center in Newark last week was wrong.
Of course.
Okay, so this is a federal detention center where we are detaining people who came here illegally and committed crimes upon entering here illegally. What exactly is it we're protesting? But here's the thing that's so insulting. This is the mayor of Newark, right? We've got an airport in Newark that's in the midst of an unprecedented meltdown.
Tell us about
We've got
that.
crime in the streets.
Yep.
We've got a K through 12 system that's failing every kid there. Is he showing up in any of those 3 places? No.
No.
He's showing up at this detention center. So, but listen, let them dig their grave. We're going to win in November over these issues. We're going to make New Jersey safe again.
Jack, I'm ready to go back to Brazil. You don't know, I've been there 30 times. How can I fly out of Newark where I fly out, feeling comfortable knowing that the airport is a disgrace and a mess? That's your problem now, Mr. Governor to be.
And what I will do is call our congressional delegation to task. The FAA oversees what it is the air traffic controllers do in partnership with pilots to make sure that place is safe. What really came out of this has everybody so very, very worried. 50-year-old technology that's being used on floppy disks?
No.
To keep our air traffic safe?
No.
Come on.
Jack, listen to this. I know you're aware of this. 8 men at large after escape from New Orleans jail, including 4 charged with murder. These guys escaped from New Orleans, and the investigation seems to be showing that they were assisted. Jack, what is happening to our country? What is going on where criminals, illegals, Jack,
all I could tell you, Barry, is New Jersey's going to lead the way in what ought to be done in our country. You do it state by state, And when I get to win this election and I appoint the Attorney General, the 21 county prosecutors, and the Superior Court judges, and 2 new state Supreme Court justices, one of which is the Chief Justice, we'll get back to being a law and order state where people feel safe again.
Jack, one other thought. Listen to this. Trump appointee Barrett challenges. This is the Supreme Court. Administration on national-wide injunctions surprises and delights liberals. It just goes to show. Trump and everybody thought, oh, he's getting his own people in now the Supreme Court. She voted against what he's doing in regards to this stuff. What the heck?
I hear you, Barry, and I've said this time and time again, all of us in positions of responsibility in the public sector, and that includes all 50 governors, should be working in partnership with the president to make our country safe again.
There you go.
He ran on this.
Yep.
He was elected on this.
Yep.
He wants to deliver on this. He needs cooperation. What I told him on the phone the other day is he need not worry about my attorney general suing the White House over any executive order.
Of course. Listen, Pac-Man, I know you want to go on. Let me have one more joke. The hour's almost past. Kurt, can you give me one more joke for Chitterelli today? Please, enough seriousness. Go ahead.
Like women always have more questions than men have answers to. Great example of this. 6-7 months ago, I get a text one day. The text says, please pray for Tom. He was in a bad wreck. I walk into the kitchen where my wife is. I said, hey, I just got a text that said, please pray for Tom. He was in a bad wreck. She said, was he driving? I said, I don't know. I just got a text that said, please pray for Tom. He was in a bad wreck. Were Carol and the kids in the car with him? I don't know. I just got a text that said, please pray for Tom. He was in a bad wreck. Were the people in the other car hurt? I don't know. I just got a text that said, please pray for Tom. He was in a bad wreck. What hospital did they take him to? I don't know. I just got a text that said, please pray for Tom. He was in a bad wreck. She said, well, you don't know anything. What do you know? I know you need to pray for Tom. I just got a text said he was in a bad wreck.
Jack Chitterelli, are you laughing? Yes, he is. Kurt, let's take a break. You are listening to the Barry Sable Show with friends. We will see you on the other side with Jack Chitterelli.
Nice to know they're still funny.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Your favorite station is Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Yes, indeedy, we are back. You are listening to the Barry Sable Show with friends. Obviously, 1210 WPHT. My special guest, Jack Chitterelli, in studio. Is he still laughing, Pac-Man?
He's still laughing.
There you go. So I've done a good job. Let me ask you, Jack, after you win this anticipated primary, what's your plans right away?
The immediate plan is to unite the party.
There you go.
Donald Trump united the party last election season. We saw how that translated, particularly in the 7 swing states, the House, the Senate, the Electoral College, the popular vote. I've got to unite our party. I did that in 21. I'll do it again here in 25. The goal is to win in November. We do that when we're united, and we will be.
I know that there's another debate, the 4th debate, I believe, coming up soon next week. Tell us what your thoughts are with that debate going forward and what your message really wants to be to the residents of New Jersey.
Well, this being a primary, the message is specific to Republicans still right now. But we will be talking about how we win in November and what we do for New Jersey once we do win. But we'll continue to talk about what's most important to Republicans. And, I'm a policy guy. Barry, I go out there and talk about what the issue is and then what my answer is on how to solve it. Ideas get people excited. I've always tried to be an idea guy, and that's how you get people's ear and win the election.
I mentioned to you off the air last week, and I said I listened to the last debate, and I wasn't really pleased because it sounded like people fighting in a mud box. And to me, I'm not interested in the slings, Spadia. Oh, Jack lied about this. Jack, I lied. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear what New Jersey people want to hear. I hope this debate going forward is going to be different. I don't like the word elegance, but you know what I'm talking about. We want to hear what's best for us as New Jersey people. Go ahead, Pac-Man. I know you're not happy with my jokes today. You're sitting there steaming. Go ahead. Get it off your chest.
I'm just serious. It's and listen, Jack is a serious guy. With your degrees, your experience in government, everything that you've done and accomplished in your life, and you bring that to the State House, can we implement something like a New Jersey Doge?
Absolutely. And by me being a CPA, I love audits. And we know there's a lot of waste, inefficiency, and fraud in our state government. So there is a commission for state investigations. The CEO of that just had to resign because she was guilty of fraud, only in Phil Murphy's New Jersey. But we also have a state comptroller's office whose job it is to identify waste and inefficiency. I'm going to combine the two, the Commission for State Investigations with Office of the Comptroller, make it one under one Auditor General who will be a member of the cabinet, and their job will be the equivalent of DOGE, Department of Governmental Efficiency, to get rid of all the waste, inefficiency, and fraud in our state government. And I believe there's a significant amount given how bloated it is under Phil Murphy.
And the one big thing that happens all the time, I am in the auto repair business in New Jersey, and let me tell you how many customers I have that are tired of blowing out tires and ruining rims. You had an idea what to do with our transportation in New Jersey.
We need to do what other states do, which is put all of our mass transit systems, Steve, under one roof. So what I'm going to do is create the Garden State Transportation Authority. In it will go the Atlantic City Expressway, the Parkway, the Turnpike, New Jersey Transit. They all generate revenue. Into that Transportation Authority, we throw the gas tax revenues, which are supposed to be used for infrastructure, and we'll have a much more transparent and accountable entity under one management structure, a lot less bureaucracy. Right now, I got an authority that oversees the expressway. I got authorities that oversee the Parkway and the Turnpike. I got an authority that oversees New Jersey Transit. Gas tax revenues go into that black hole known as the general fund in Trenton. We need better transparency, better accountability, one management structure, and we'll fix our mass transit systems.
And I want to hear it directly from you. No EV mandates.
Oh, no electrical vehicle mandates. Interesting, the Delaware governor, a Democrat, just got rid of their electrical vehicle mandate of 2035. On day one, I get rid of ours. I'm not telling people what car they got to buy. I'm not telling people how to heat their home, what appliance to buy. There'll be no wind farms off our Jersey shore. We're pulling out of Reggie. And you know what? At the supermarket, if they want back their plastics bags, they can have that too.
Can I have my straws back?
You can even have your straws back.
Isn't that unbelievable? Let me tell you, you could go into a department store and you could get a bag, but you can't get a bag at Wawa. You can't get a bag at supermarkets. I think that's nuts. Jack, we only have a few minutes left. I want to switch gears with you. Tell me what you love about what President Trump is doing nowadays.
He's hitting the reset button. He's trying to fix the federal deficit. He's trying to fix the trade imbalance. He's achieving peace through strength all around the world. He's making our country safe again by locking down the border. And I believe he'll make us prosperous again with his tax reforms. Those are all the kind of things we got to do in New Jersey. It's why he's endorsing me. It's not just because he believes I'm the only guy that can win in November. It's also because we're in perfect sync on these policies.
And I'll tell you, I watch what he's doing over the Middle East. And we've seen strife over there. We've seen war over there for so many years. Here's a different approach. Let's show you how to become economically independent where your people could live a better life rather than fight wars for what you don't have. That's the point I'm trying to make to you in the state of New Jersey. Rather than find crime, people taken from other people, and all this other nonsense, I'm in favor of economically pushing the economics of people to a higher level rather than have to deal with poverty and homelessness. We need to do better, Jack. I know you could do it.
And at the grassroots level, to your point, in the community, there has to be educational opportunity and economic opportunity.
100%.
When you provide those two things, the typical American takes advantage of that opportunity and grows.
Yeah, exactly. Pac-Man, we only got a few seconds left. Give me one of your straightforward questions. Go ahead.
The most important thing, too, Jack, is how could people get in touch with you? How could they find out all your platforms and find out about primary information to make sure that you are on the ballot then in November?
Jack 4NJ. So that's the handle on all the social media platforms. That's the URL for the website. We're very transparent about what we're doing and when we're doing it, and we appreciate people following along and being part of the campaign.
Go ahead, Pac-Man. 15 seconds. I know you got one more question in you before we throw it back in Jack Chitterelli's lap.
Actually, I don't have a question. I'm just going to read something. These
Go
are
ahead.
President Trump's own words. Jack Chitterelli has my complete and total endorsement. He will not let you down. Make America great again. Elect Jack Chitterelli.
I'm with you. Jack Chitterelli, 20 seconds before we have to say goodbye.
What New Jersey's going to get in Jack Chitterelli is a Jersey guy, an MBA CPA, a two-time successful business owner, a guy that served at every level of government, term limited himself each and every time, and someone who is not owned by the special interests.
Yes. Listen, what we have done to Jack Chitterelli today is funnier than funny. The guy wore an Eagles hat. The guy is eating tasty cakes. The guy's in shape like you can't imagine. What we have done with him right in front of our people here, we have brought jokes. We have brought seriousness. Jack, did I leave anything out?
You never do, Uncle Barry.
Listen, I guess it's time to wrap up, Kurt. To Jack Chitterelli, find me a priest. I no longer have a rabbi. A wise man once told me, if you are afraid to take risk, remember, you can always go back to the life you had. But if you never try, you might miss out on a life you always dreamed. Go get it done, Jack Chitterelli. Make your dream come true and make the residents of New Jersey believe in you. Thank you so much. Here we go. Thanks to Pac-Man, Delaware Valley on your busy Sunday. Grateful to you for spending some time with us. You have been listening to the Barry Sable Show with Friends. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. We have had a great, interesting hour. I hope you enjoyed it, Jack Chitterelli. Have a great week, a healthy week. I can't get the words out quick enough. A safe week. And we will see you next weekend. Thanks for always being there for me. Jack Chitterelli, the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle Barry. Thank you, too, Steve.
Thank you.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Feel like everything's clouded by doubt? Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Check the back seat. Check the back seat.
Gets in your head, right? Good, because every year dozens of children are forgotten in the back seat. Cars get hot fast and can be deadly, so get it in your head. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Kale and Company weekday mornings 6 till 10.
White Marsh Township officials have canceled their annual 4th of July parade, and residents of Monco Township are none too happy. This is about allowing anti-Semitic protesters that we have seen throughout this listening area to continue to instill fear in people. To me, I would argue, show goes on. We will do what we do every year around or on the 4th of July, and we will make sure that we are properly prepared in the event any of these threats come to fruition.
Start your day with Kale and Company. Weekday mornings 6 till 10 on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and the free Odyssey app. WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios, powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. The legend continues.
It's Sunday with Sinatra. The legend continues for 68 years. It's Sunday with Sinatra on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
Ladies and gentlemen, play for me. Play for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Sinatra and Sid Mark.
And again, we bid you welcome here on 1210 WPHT. It's Sunday with Sinatra, with you for a couple hours with Francis Albert. He stands by. I do. Hopefully you too as well, as we say good morning to Frank Sinatra.
Have you met Miss Jones? Someone said as we shook hands, she was just Miss Jones to me. And then I said, Miss Jones, you're a girl who understands. I'm a man who must be free. And all at once I lost my breath, and all at once was scared to death, and all at once I own the earth and sky. And now I've met Miss Jones, and we'll keep on meeting till we die, Miss Jones and I. And all at once I lost my breath, and all at once was scared to death, and all at once I own the earth and the sky.